20 signs a woman wants you to notice her. You're not clueless. You're overloaded by noise. We'll cut through it with evidence-backed patterns, from joint attention to precision compliments, so you can spot 20 subtle signals without overthinking. Don't miss the final point. It's the soft permission slip she uses when she truly wants you to act. If you're new, welcome. We share daily strategies to help men master dating. Drop a comment below and subscribe for more. 1. She plants open loops and lets you close them. When a woman wants your attention, she'll deliberately start stories that don't finish, then leave a gap your brain aches to complete. Remind me to tell you what happened on the train. Then she pivots away. That's the Zeigarnik effect in action. Our minds crave closure. By opening a loop in your presence and not closing it, she's giving you a socially effortless reason to circle back. It's not coyness. It's a memory anchor that makes you the thread tying her narrative together. 2. She calibrates to your idiolect, not just your interests. Mirroring is common. This is rarer. She subtly adopts your unusual phrasing, timing, or metaphor style, but only around you. If you say spicy take, she starts dropping spicy in contexts where she never used it before. This is audience design, the linguistic habit of shaping speech for a specific listener. The key tell, she doesn't generalize it with others. She's sculpting her presence to be legible to you, which signals investment, not generic agreeableness. 3. She interrupts herself when you enter, and resumes from the exact sentence later. People who don't care will restart from the top. People who want you to notice will make the interruption feel like a teaser trailer, and then continue precisely where they paused when they have your attention again. That "we were here" handoff communicates 2 psychological messages. First, that you're now an intended audience, and second, that your attention carries status weight. High-status listeners get context, not replays. 4. She labels moments with you so they become easy to reference. Instead of "that time at the cafe," she calls it the croissant heist, or the Thursday sprint. Giving an event a quirky handle compresses a whole memory into one tag and makes it sticky. In relationship science, named moments become shared artifacts. She's turning small interactions into inside jokes, which are essentially private shortcuts back to you. The rarer sign, she uses the label in a message or in front of others, cementing it as ours. 5. She orchestrates third-point attention so you're shoulder to shoulder, not face to face. Direct pursuit can feel risky. Triangulating through an object is safer. She pulls you into staring at the same screen, photo, or odd artifact. Explain this playlist's logic to me. Or, look at this tiny museum label. Joint attention is bonding fuel. It lowers self-consciousness and boosts felt rapport. The giveaway is how precisely she chooses topics that invite your expertise, placing you in the role of explainer, a flattering, high-engagement position. 6. She deploys precision compliments about process, not outcome. Your questions made the meeting sharper hits different from nice presentation. Complimenting process reveals genuine attention to detail and communicates esteem for your competence. Social cognition research shows that praise for strategies increases perceived intimacy more than generic flattery. If she notices your sequencing, your pacing, your way of calming a room, that's selective attention pointed like a flashlight at you. 7. She makes small, solvable friction and invites your mind to join hers. Not hostility, curated friction. I don't buy your take on that scene. Convince me. It's a benign violation. Safe disagreement that invites co-creation. Humans bond when they problem-solve together because it converts 2 perspectives into a shared model. The tell is how she chooses topics. Rich enough to debate, soft enough to keep playful. If she hands you a puzzle wrapped in a grin, she's trying to keep your attention engaged, not push you away. 8. She schedules scarcity around you, not distance from you. Scarcity theater is when someone hints at limited availability to raise perceived value. The rare sign to watch is selective slack. She's busy to most, but conveniently free in micro windows that line up with your timetable. That pattern isn't random, it's contingency learning. She's training your nervous system to associate, when I reach out, she's available, without ever looking desperate. Most won't notice the choreography, until you do. 9. She signals via benign vulnerability instead of generic oversharing. Rather than unloading life stories, she reveals a tiny, oddly specific imperfection that asks nothing but attention. I'm weirdly anxious about pressing send on emails, or I keep retying my shoe for luck. This is the pratfall effect harnessed softly. Minor flaws humanize competence and invite closeness. The rarity is in the calibration. Enough vulnerability to feel real, small enough to be safe. She's telling you, it matters to me that you see me accurately. 10. She positions herself at the group's edge, facing your path of entry. Common advice says, she stands closer. Rarer and more telling. She doesn't chase center stage when you're around. She occupies the liminal edge facing where you'll appear. The edge grants two superpowers: first contact and plausible deniability. In crowd dynamics, the periphery is where approach bids are least risky. If she's often the one you encounter first without trying, she's managing the topology of attention with surprising skill. Over 1 million guys watch for free, but our YouTube and Facebook members get the private methods that boost confidence and clarity, precision compliments, identity bids, and timing windows most men miss. If you want consistent wins, join now through the pinned comment or the members tab. And let's move to the next sign. 11. She forgets a thread with you that benefits from being revisited. Not ghosting. Intentional shelving. Pin this. I want your take later. Or she leaves a low-stakes question unanswered long enough that picking it back up becomes a treat. This is temporal bookmarking, a way to create serial attention. When someone cares, they architect reasons for the next micro-interaction. Look for the playful meta-commentary. I'm saving that debate for Tuesday me, which shows she's thinking about future you with future her. 12. She amplifies your micro-wins in real time, not just your big outcomes. Most people congratulate after applause. She notices the small pivot that saved your demo, the concise email that unlocked a decision, the one sentence that diffused tension. Operant conditioning works on adults too. Immediate, precise reinforcement makes behaviors repeat. If she's the first to celebrate the invisible effort before anyone else catches it, she's not clout chasing. She's tuned to your frequency and wants you to feel seen by her. 13. She redesigns her questions mid-conversation to optimize your answer style. Watch her iterate. If your answers get richer when questions are open-ended, she shifts to that. If you thrive with constraints, she starts asking, "Give me your top 3 filters." That's contingent responsiveness, the mark of someone invested in your cognitive comfort. It's rare because it requires active working memory. She's not just listening, she's modeling you. When someone wants your attention, they respect how your attention best flows. 14. She creates identity bids you can accept with minimal risk. An identity bid is a low-cost invite to step into a shared label. We're both late early people, right? Or we're the note-takers in this crew. Accepting the bid feels like a wink, not a contract, but it increases felt similarity, which increases attraction. If she keeps offering tiny identities that happen to fit you, she's setting up a world where you two already belong on the same team. Subtle, sticky, and intentional. 15. She uses permission slips to neutralize your approach anxiety. Approach risk is real, so she lowers it verbally without being obvious. If you ever need a co-taster for that coffee place, I'm dangerously available. Or, steal me for 2 minutes later if you want the nerd version. That's giving you a social cover, a pre-authorized pretext, so you don't feel like you're imposing. When someone cares about being noticed by you, they make noticing them feel safe for you. 16. She timestamps memories with you, not just facts. Instead of, "That was funny," she says, "It was 4:30, and you were still laughing at your own pun." Timestamping signals deep encoding. Emotion plus detail increases recall, and choosing to store a moment with you at high resolution implies value. The trick is she doesn't timestamp everything, just your interactions. That selects you, not just the event. It's attention as commitment. The more she remembers, the more she's intending to remember. 17. She leverages triadic social proof without making it obvious. Rather than using overt validation, she engages a mutual, "Ask him about his field hack. It's actually smart," and then exits, leaving the mutual to draw you in. Triadic moves reduce awkwardness because they're routed through a third party. If a friend surfaces topics that cast you in a favorable light shortly after talking with her, it's not luck. She's architecting networks of attention so you arrive at her through a corridor lined with yeses. 18. She engineers moments where your competence becomes the plot. Not, "Can you lift this box?" That's cliché. More like, "I'm choosing between 2 approaches. Pick the fail I should try on purpose first." She's inviting your judgment, not just your muscle. Costly signals matter. Conceding the role of evaluator implies trust and allocates status to you. The plot becomes, "We test your idea." People place their attention where their agency is valued. She's making sure you feel like the protagonist in scenes that include her. 19. She practices strategic desynchrony after matching your rhythm. She'll first match your conversational tempo, laugh latency, or text cadence. Then, at a moment that favors her, she breaks pattern with a short pause or a longer reply, not to punish, but to create salience. Pattern break wakes attention. The shift is gentle, not gamey. The goal isn't to withhold, but to make the next beat feel special. That kind of rhythm play is advanced because it requires tracking you over time, which is exactly the point. 20. She leaves notice me artifacts in your cognitive path, not your physical space. She won't drop a scarf in your car. She'll drop a thought in your head, a A carefully chosen reference you can't unsee once named. The way you ask follow-ups is like jazz. You never land on the obvious note. And suddenly, every time you ask a follow-up, you think of her. That's a mental sticky note. People who want attention long after they exit the room create cognitive callbacks that recruit your own behavior as the reminder. If you're now noticing yourself noticing her, that wasn't an accident.